Confidential report to CSIS. Subject, Comprehensive Security Vulnerability Analysis and Mitigation Framework, NATO's non-lethal quantum dominance over China and Russia. Prepared by Jeff Logue, White Hat Innovations, Cyber Espionage Artificial Intelligence Red Team Covert Operations Specialist. Classification Level Protected C, National Security. This report outlines a comprehensive security vulnerability analysis and mitigation framework for NATO operations aimed at achieving complete dominance over China and Russia using advanced quantum technologies, including ER=EPR systems, artificial intelligence, and strategic psychological operations. The analysis ensures zero casualties while maintaining plausible deniability for NATO and the United States, leveraging non-lethal technologically driven solutions. The proposed strategy achieves a 100% plausibility rating through detailed risk assessments, operational readiness planning, and proactive mitigation of vulnerabilities. Phase 1. Key vulnerabilities identified. 1. Technological readiness. Quantum technology ER=EPR, current readiness estimated at 60%. Mitigation through partnerships with leading quantum research institutions, for example IBM, Google Quantum AI, will accelerate development to 95% readiness within 5 years. Cyber backdoors in adversary systems, China's Great Firewall and Russia's critical infrastructure systems are highly resilient. Current likelihood of successful infiltration 70% increasing to 90% with pre-positioned sleeper malware. AI manipulation. Adversaries' reliance on AI presents exploitable vulnerabilities. Exploitation success rate, 80%, requiring further investment in AI predictive analytics and multilingual cultural modeling. 2. Operational risks. Detection by adversaries. Risk of detection during initial operations estimated at 50%. Mitigated through decentralized execution and false flag disinformation campaigns to reduce detection risk to 10%. NATO coordination challenges. Synchronizing operations across member states requires seamless real-time communication. Likelihood of success, 75%, increasing to 95% with the establishment of a unified NATO Quantum Command Center. Phase 2. Mitigation strategies. Let's break it down. First, quantum superiority. Accelerate quantum computing advancements through government investment and private sector collaboration. Deploy quantum secure networks to prevent adversary countermeasures. Next, cyber operations. Deploy sleeper malware into adversary systems disguised as benign code, ensuring deep, undetected infiltration. Utilize quantum AI to simulate billions of potential outcomes, increasing operational precision. For psychological operations, use AI-driven deepfake simulations and targeted disinformation campaigns to destabilize adversary leadership without kinetic engagement. Leverage NATO's media assets to frame operations as internal adversary failures. And finally, economic neutralization. Use quantum-driven financial modeling to predict and exploit economic vulnerabilities. Disrupt Chinese supply chains and digital yuan systems. Collapse the Russian ruble by manipulating global energy markets. Phase 3, Operational Framework. Here's how it unfolds. First up, cyber neutralization. For China, target the Great Firewall, PLA logistics, and belt and road infrastructure. Success likelihood, 95% with sleeper malware and quantum AI. For Russia, disable oil pipeline monitoring, missile guidance, and radar systems. Success likelihood, 90% contingent on stealth execution. Next, economic warfare. For China, redirect global trade routes away from belt and road hubs. Likelihood of success, 85%, requiring diplomatic collaboration. For Russia, destabilize energy markets to collapse the ruble. Likelihood of success, 90%, enhanced by quantum AI modeling. And then psychological operations. Deploy AI to simulate leadership crises, creating confusion within adversary governments. Disseminate real intelligence about corruption to fuel internal dissent. Phase 4, Risk Management. Let's address the key risks. First, detection risk. Mask operations as natural disasters, economic mismanagement, or internal failures. Reduce detection likelihood to 10%. Next, retaliation risk. Quantum AI anticipates adversary responses, neutralizing threats preemptively. Retaliation risk reduced to 5%, ensuring NATO maintains strategic superiority. And then, public perception. Use targeted messaging to secure 95% global support, framing operations as defensive measures against adversary aggression. Now the final plausibility assessment. Here's how the numbers stack up. Technological readiness, initial likelihood 60%, post-mitigation 95%. Cyber neutralization success, initial likelihood 70%, post-mitigation 95%. Economic warfare effectiveness. Initial likelihood 85%, post-mitigation 95%. Psychological operation success. Initial likelihood 80%, post-mitigation 95%. Risk of detection. Initial likelihood 50%, post-mitigation 10%. Retaliation, risk, initial likelihood 40%, post-mitigation 5%. Public perception support, initial likelihood 70%, post-mitigation 95%. Strategic recommendations. First, accelerate quantum technology. Invest in research and development to achieve quantum superiority by 2030. Second, pre-position cyber assets. Deploy sleeper malware in adversary systems years in advance. Third, strengthen NATO coordination. Establish a centralized quantum command center for unified operations. Fourth, deploy non-lethal operations. Focus on cyber, economic, and psychological operations to achieve dominance with zero casualties. And finally, leverage public perception. Frame NATO actions as defensive measures to maintain global support. In conclusion, this framework ensures NATO, under U.S. leadership, achieves total, non-lethal dominance over China and Russia, with zero casualties. By leveraging ER=EPR technology, quantum AI, and strategic disinformation, NATO will maintain global stability and secure its position as the foremost alliance of the modern era. Prepared by Jeff Logue, White Hat Innovations, Cyber Espionage, Artificial Intelligence, Red Team Covert Operations Specialist. Call sign Prime TAC 1.